let me see what's good around here.
Oh, but no buffets.
Why is the signal so weak?
What's wrong, Belle?
Bad internet? Whoa, shit!
Tell me it's broken. So, for the monster in the square, you're really saying Hand is gonna take over the remaining investigation?
Hand, that name sounds familiar.
Absolutely. We heard it firsthand together with the Bellabog Industries people. The monster's remains will still be collected by public security, of course. But the automated evidence carrier will bring the remains to Hand once it passes through the hollow.
Yeah, I get it. Hand is better than public security at investigating this kind of weird stuff. They've always had a pretty delicate relationship. That PubSec officer seems decent, though. Being willing to put all that aside and hand over the case.
Ah, public security.
Oh, it's getting late. I can't stay and chat. I have a client meeting scheduled later. Anyway, I'll do my best to help look for Rain, so keep an eye out for some good news.
Thanks, Nicole. See you soon. Hey, Belle.
Was that Nicole on the phone just now?
Yes. Nicole thought we might be related to what happened in the square, so she called to ask me about it. I explained and told her about the mission to find Rain. And by the way, Kaleido also called earlier to say public security confirmed the time to collect the monster's remains.
Ew, really now?
Finally. I hope the collection goes smoothly.
Fingers crossed. Anyway, whether it's the investigation or the search for Rain, all we can do now is wait for news. Since there's not much going on, why don't we head over to the public security office sometime in the next couple days?
The public security office? Why are we going there?
You really don't remember. Our driver's licenses are about to expire.
Oh.
Master, I've applied for a driver's license renewal for you and Second Assistant on the Public Security's official website. But unfortunately, the collection of the new licenses must be done in person.
Let's visit the office in Lumina Square to get our new licenses soon then. The metro to Lumina Square is always packed. We'd better drive there.
The nearest parking lot is 2 kilometers away.
We're almost there. The public security building is just a few hundred meters away. Hang in there.
This is exhausting. It's been so long since we've taken the car out, and naturally there's no parking. I knew it was this far. We should have just taken the metro.
Sorry, it's my bad. I forgot to check if there was parking before we left. Well, you haven't been exercising much lately, have you? Consider this a workout session.
I take offense to that.
Says who? I get plenty of exercise. Like running around in Eos's body in the hollow and stuff.
You're not helping, Belle.
Okay, you win. If I don't say yes, I'll never hear the end of it. Didn't you say you wanted to go out for a nice meal a few days ago? Well, how about we eat somewhere around here once we're done with public security?
Yay!
Woo! Let me see what's good around here.
Oh, but no buffets.
Why is the signal so weak?
What's wrong, Belle?
Bad internet? Whoa, shit!
Tell me it's broken.
She was about to become an isekai character! Oh.
Are you alright? Are you hurt?
Well, she just saved my life.
Belle! Are you okay? Are you injured?
I think she's in a state of
I'm
shock
okay.
for a moment there.
Have we met somewhere before?
Have we?
Sorry, I think we've mistaken you for somebody else.
Oh, that just happened. Okay, it says Chapter 2 Interlude. So that's where we are. To make sure I was recording properly.
Zhu Yuan, Qing Yi, both of you, thanks so much. If you weren't there, I can't imagine what could have happened to Belle.
She'd be dead.
Don't mention it. Keeping citizens safe is our duty as public security officers, and we're thankful for your cooperation. All that paperwork took some time.
So...
Any news on how the driver is doing? It's nice of you to ask. He's only got minor injuries, but he's quite shaken. He can't recall what took place before the accident.
Well, aren't you cute?
But don't worry. Every problem has a solution. We'll find a way to get to the bottom of this.
It's getting late. Why don't you two head home? Feel free to contact us if you recall any further details about the accident.
I find it interesting that, like, they show us both someone thick in the public security and a lolly at the same time. They know their audience. They know who to appeal to.
Zhu Yuan, Qing Yi, thanks again for your help.
If you two are ever around 6th Street, Belle and I would love to welcome you to our video store.
So you live on 6th Street. I expect we'll run into each other soon.
Oh? What do you mean?
Hold on, Qing Yi. Being vague could give the wrong impression.
Are they looking for us, potentially?
Here, take a look at this. It should better explain what she's talking about.
Upcoming public event hosted by... Doesn't the person on the front look familiar?
I think I've seen that guy on the flyer before.
That's Bringer, Deputy Commander of PubSec HQ in Janus Quarter. Qing Yi and I were actually sent to the Lumina branch temporarily by Inspector Bringer to prepare for this event. We'll be holding a big safety lecture here soon for the citizens. The two of us will be visiting nearby neighborhoods and distributing the questionnaires to encourage them to attend.
Dawn, is Twitch not connected? What do you mean? Where'd that come from, Lane? You spooked me there. Twitch layout screwed you up?
I see. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks.
I'm
Please,
guessing
keep the
you're
questionnaire.
on your way back
If you're
home?
interested in the seminar, you can fill in your info and give it to us when we visit 6th Street.
See you again soon, managers.
Huh. There'll be public security officers visiting 6th Street soon. In all the time we've lived here, I don't think that's ever happened. There's something else I want to talk about too. About those officers we met earlier.
Alright, Lane.
I wanted to discuss the same thing, but this isn't the place to talk.
Well, in that case, let's head home.
So, what's our car doing here? What, are you thinking of trading Ray to
So,
someone else?
Back to our earlier discussion then. I noticed that you also recognized them right from the start. After Belobog called public security in the Hollow, they were the officers who investigated the scene. You were disguised as EOS at the time, so they weren't aware there was anyone apart from Belobog Industries present.
Luckily, I didn't let anything slip. I can trade you, Eri from My Hero for her, though. I've probably got a few characters I wouldn't mind losing for her.
Come to
think of it. There was so much going on when they arrived to inspect the scene. The sight of the monster was so mind-blowing, I couldn't remember much about them.
Turn it down a little bit.
We're probably going to run into them again soon. So we should cover our bases and check out our video records from the investigation, just to be safe.
Barry, could you extract the data from back then?
Yes, Master. I found the footage you require.
Thanks for your cooperation. We have a rough idea of how things unfolded. Earlier today, you all ended up deep in the hollow after the bamboo with your carrot malfunctioned. Then you were attacked by an unknown monster right here.
Oh, so this took place right after
Is this
chapter
the faulty
2.
bamboo?
Yes, but some of its parts might have been corrupted. We'll hand over a detailed repair report later. I'm
Stare.
not sure why, but something feels different about this bamboo. It looks unusually clever, almost cunning.
She's got a sharp eye.
Wait a sec, Jingyi. Saying things like that in front of the person filing the report might get us reported. Let's put aside how they ended up in the hollow for now. Seems like Bellabog Industries has come across something quite extraordinary.
Absolutely. I don't remember seeing anything with such unique traits in the records. Let me take a closer look at it.
Huh? What's she doing there?
Looks like there's something inside the crystal.
Ooh, don't touch that.
That's kind of... she has the cat face!
Without proper authorization.
She has the cat face!
Besides, it's too risky, even if you've undergone corruption resistance treatments.
Inspector, the crime scene is just up ahead.
Where's that ferocious I mean, the dangerous criminal.
Who is this kill-la-kill looking motherfricker?
What are you doing here?
Oh, you two are in charge of the scene. Here come two elites of our criminal investigation department. Bring the suspect over. Get my good side when you take the picture. I need it for the headlines tomorrow.
Inspector, the suspect isn't here. They were attacked by an unknown being with high ether activity.
Huh? So it was just an ethereal?
Just?
No, Inspector. It had some peculiar characteristics. We suspect it to be the result of hollow mutation, or the product of some type of illegal activity.
Hold on. You see now, Jiyuan, it's good to be vigilant as a public security officer, but the election is just around the corner.
Buddy, now
If
is
you
not
reveal
the
presence of
time.
an unknown monster in the hollows at this stage, my election, the citizens will be put in fear. Public security shouldn't make any hasty announcements. We must investigate the matter thoroughly first.
Damn, you're a
Rest
piece of
assured,
shit.
We've requested the collected evidence be given to hand for expert analysis. We're confident we'll soon be able to...
What? It's being given to hand? You did the right thing. Still, let our forensics team handle the evidence collection. You two have always been my trusted aides. So I have a very important task for you.
That was... Probably gave him a task that doesn't risk his election, even if it's for the betterment of society.
Wasn't all interested in the monster in the monument. At least he didn't say no to giving over the evidence to hand. Now I get it. The important task Inspector Bringer mentioned is the seminar at the Lumina branch. The seminar must be quite important if he has to assign the two of them to oversee it.
Any info, Fairy?
Barry, are you able to bring up any info about it?
I'm running a search on keywords Lumina Square and Public Security Safety Awareness Month. There are several relevant articles by multiple media companies. I shall read them. Given the recent surge in major incidents within the city this month, and aiming to safeguard urban security while enhancing public awareness, Janus District Public Security has decided to launch the Public Security Safety Awareness Month across the entire district. To provide citizens with practical information, Public Security has assigned several officers from the Criminal Investigation Department to assist in planning the event. Mr. Bringer, commanding officer of the district headquarters and the driving force behind the event, will also be in attendance at the seminar, which is to take place at the Lumina branch. Along with the other officers in charge, Inspector Bringer will conduct a media interview during the event to address any concerns citizens may have.
So it's not just Inspector Bringer attending the seminar, but a bunch of media representatives as well. Sounds like Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi will participate in the interview too. I'm sure that's quite the honor for a public security officer. What do you think about this seminar?
We don't have anything going on right now, and they did help us twice. So why don't we go show our support?
No objections here. It's decided then. Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi will be coming to 6th Street in a few days. Let's tell them when they get here that we'd love to attend the event.
Aw, you're the best, Wise. What videotape? Why don't we go now? Nope. Well, it says reach it, which I did. Nope, gotta continue. Alright, let's go find them. You know, I never stopped to look at these. Not sure what this red one is, but I like the design.
Criminal cases have been rampant lately. To raise safety awareness among citizens, Janus Quarter Public Security has launched the Safety Awareness Month campaign. We'll be holding a seminar at the Lumina branch soon. Please come and join us if you have time.
A public security event? Oh, how nostalgic. I participated in such an event years ago, you see. It was somewhat reminiscent of a coffee tasting event. I even had the chance to offer everyone present some freshly ground coffee, albeit it wasn't a top-shelf roast. Oh, it's a shame public security's facilities now smell of air fresheners everywhere. No longer suitable places for enjoying coffee while freely conversing.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what is that supposed to mean?
Of course, while fine wines develop into richer experiences with time, other worthy items can go bad. Oh, I'm talking of coffee beans. So, to prevent the coffee beans at my shop from facing a sorrowful fate, I have to go grind them properly. I'm afraid I can't make the event. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Mr. Enzo, according to our data, you're running a remodeling shop on 6th Street. Would you be interested in attending the seminar?
Well, hey, it's not often I get invited out by two young ladies, so I'd love to join you. Unfortunately, my second aunt's grandfather's son's cousin is getting married that day. I can't miss such an important family event.
Bruh, that is an obvious lie if I've ever heard one.
Huh, I understand. In that case, I hope your relative has a great wedding.
Oh, I have a customer coming soon to collect his car. I better get back to it.
Damn. Could
Good
not
morning,
make it
Julia.
more obvious that you were lying, buddy.
Good morning, Wise. Belle.
Here's our questionnaires. We've decided we'd like to attend the seminar.
Wonderful. If it weren't for you two, we wouldn't have recruited a single participant yet.
Ouch.
Qingyi, that's blunt.
So what? It's the truth. Besides, it's not like they're strangers, right?
I am really liking this girl.
She's right. But why do you think nobody on 6th Street is willing to go to the seminar? The neighbors are all pretty welcoming.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Now that you mention it, there is something I'd like to ask you. Some of the residents on 6th Street only registered their names, but didn't fill in their addresses. Do you know where they live?
Let me see. Asha, General Chop. Spike should be one of our members, an older gentleman. We know all these people.
We can take the questionnaires
In
to
that
them.
case, we'll take the questionnaires to them.
Hello, Lane.
Hello.
That's a good idea. 6th Street doesn't usually have much interaction with public security, so if they see officers giving out
If I remember
questionnaires on the
correctly,
side, they might be wary and refuse.
hasn't it already been revealed that this girl is going to be on Raid Up next month?
Next patch, yeah.
In that case, I might save everything else I have so I can get one of her.
Yeah, and then there's, I believe, Seth, who's going to be a 4-star, and Jane Doe, who's going to be the other 5-star.
If it's a neighbor who brings in the questionnaire, maybe they'll be more open to it.
Oh,
And they're all public security.
Yeah.
They're all public security faction.
Yeah, I really like Zhu Yan's gameplay. But I really like the Lolly character's character overall more.
Yeah, Qingyi is voiced by Kira Buckland.
Who dat?
2B.
Really now?
Yep. Fitting considering she is also an android.
So she voices a Sit On Me Mommy, and now she voices a Lolly.
Oh, she also voices Shinobu.
Shinobu from
Genshin.
Shinobu. I'm trying to remember.
The ninja.
There's a number of ninjas.
Green-haired ninja.
Green-haired ninja.
Kuki.
Oh! Oh, Kuki Shinobu. Wow. Interesting. I think one of the reasons I really like this game's combat system is it feels very similar to Honkai Impact 3rd, but where Honkai Impact 3rd's current gameplay focus is basically on, not gonna lie, abusing invincibility frames with swap out and such. This game's way of quote-unquote abusing invincibility frames is timing your counters, and honestly, that feels incredibly satisfying every time I hear that clang sound.
Yeah, the fact that it's baked into an actual mechanic of the game, and the fact that they make it so satisfying.
Yeah, that is one thing I will say, is that their counter system, much more satisfying than Wuthering, because Wuthering's counter system is freaking tight. Very tight. Alright, General Chop.
Hello, Wise. Bell. Some customers mentioned you were
The
looking
way that
for me.
people make their
I
moves look
understand you're helping
is
those two
really
officers
unique.
from public security hand out questionnaires?
So, you already know then.
One of the perks of running a store on the street is being well informed. Anyway, please tell the officers I have other things to tend to that day.
I knew it. I had a feeling General Chop would say no before we even got here. It'll be hard to break the news to them later.
Oh, have other people said no too?
Yeah, we went to see Asha and Spike just now, but they turned us down. And this morning, Tin Master and Enzo said they were away on the day of the seminar.
Everyone's behaving
It's
strangely.
a little strange everyone is refusing. Like it's not just a simple seminar.
You've got that right. Do you two know who the guy on the questionnaire cover is?
That's Inspector Bringer. He started the event.
Then have either of you heard of the Hollow Hero from the Eridu period?
Hollow Hero?
Nope, never heard of it.
Well, for a while back then, that's what the residents called Bringer. Before the fall of the old capital, Bringer happened to be the commanding officer in my precinct.
Oh.
After being promoted from the front line, despite being an inspector, he still got involved at the ground level and interacted with the residents, so they regarded him highly. Then, he went missing in a hollow during a rescue mission. But just when everyone thought he was done for, he miraculously made it back out. Just like that, he became known as the Hollow Hero. He was then transferred to the HQ in Janus Quarter and quickly advanced to the ranks over the years.
Sounds like a great story.
Yeah.
It used to be, but these days, people say the Hollows have drained the Hollow Hero of all his courage.
Very not funny.
Bringer presents himself as a hard worker, but we older residents can see through it. He's just putting on an act in front of the cameras. What's more, in recent years, he's clearly been cozying up to Tops. He's implemented a number of measures under the guise of benefiting the public, but it's those big corporations that benefit in the end. He's aiming for commander of Janus Quarter in the upcoming municipal election, launching a safety campaign right now, even putting his own image on the questionnaire. His motives are pretty clear, don't you think?
I get the feeling Inspector Bringer is using public resources for his own personal gain.
No wonder people don't like him.
Exactly. Holding the seminar is a good thing, but I can't go knowing what Bringer is up to.
Thanks for telling us all this, General Chop.
I'm just sorry I can't be of help this time around.
Well, we visited all the neighbors. It might be awkward, but it's probably time to go back and tell Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi the news.
I just realized, we've already missed that part. How did you feel about Belle almost getting hit by a car?
I literally shouted, she almost became an isekai character. I mean, am I wrong, though?
I was working hard, so, like, I missed that part of the stream.
6th Street, but we haven't even gotten 10 people to register for the seminar.
We've done our best. Let's get a drink and take a break.
Hey, easy for you to say, but the conference hall we're in can fit 300 people, you know? As things stand, it'll be more than half empty.
Inspector Bringer must have chosen this area because there's a lot of residents nearby, thinking it'd be easier to find people to participate. Shame many of them are from his previous precinct. A lot of them have complaints about him.
Oh, so they're aware already.
I was just wondering why you're in such low spirits today, when I've never seen you discouraged by difficult tasks before. But then I remembered. The inspector saved your life once, not being able to accomplish what we'd hoped, on top of seeing him come under fire.
I was
It
this
must
guy
make you
racing
feel
on
even worse.
2 different switches at the same time.
Prediction for Friday's announcement. Chapter 4 announced for winter this year. I feel like it's not unreasonable to expect Chapter 4 next patch. What do you think, Lane?
I'm not sure. Because, right now you're doing the Chapter 2 interlude.
Yeah.
Which, the Chapter 3, it's not too long. I'd say it's about as long as the original Chapter 2.
If Bringer hadn't rescued me in that hollow back then, I wouldn't even be here, let alone be a public security officer. I understand he's no longer the hero he used to be, but can someone who gave up his anti-corruption gear to a child be such a bad guy? Sure, he's had some dealings with Tops, but it's inevitable, especially when many of our devices are jointly developed with Tops. And besides, doesn't he always say he lacks sufficient authority to make changes? If he gets elected, maybe he might be able to turn public opinion around.
Worshipping an undeserving deity is sycophancy. Failure to act when action is needed shows a lack of courage.
First time I've heard the word sycophancy.
What?
It means when someone flatters undeserving people, it's considered an act of sycophancy. If one should stand up for what is right but remains indifferent, it shows that person is a coward.
By the time Chapter 4 comes out, you'll get all the agents. Huh.
As public security officers, we need to be clear about what we should
yeah,
and shouldn't do.
that is one thing I did learn. When you unlock the trust mechanic, you can only do trust with characters that you actually have.
Ah, I see.
There may be
At least
many
for
different
the
ways
5
to
stars.
interpret
I'm not sure about the
Inspector
4
Bringer's
stars, but
actions,
we already have all.
but only he knows whether he has a clear conscience.
It's a trap, Gigi. Hello, Grace. Welcome to the stream.
If his deeds were pure, even if he's misunderstood for the time being, things will work out in the end.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Someone's coming.
I swear, that thing on her right arm looks like it's holding something for like a drink or something. I know it's supposed to be a weapon, but...
Yeah, that's supposed to be like her grenade launcher or something.
You can see how it would look like a drink canister, though.
Like, yeah.
Sorry, are we interrupting you two?
Oh, we were just chatting. Did you go talk to the residents?
We gave them the questionnaire, but everyone said they were busy on that day. Looks like we couldn't be of much help.
Oh, it's okay. We're just grateful you tried it all. We're almost done with distributing the questionnaires here, too. Then, Chingy and I will be heading back to the office.
Wait a minute! Officers!
Why did the music change?
Oh, good. You didn't go. Oh.
General Chop, what's happened to make you run all the way here?
It's hard to explain, but just now, there was a crime committed over there, and it's at a stalemate. Please,
crime?
officers, you have to go take a look.
A crime? Let's go check out the scene.
This sounds like Danganronpa music.
Great. Please, follow me.
And that is definitely a compliment.
That is a compliment.
Belle, let's go see what's going on.
If you say there's officers nearby,
You should be
then let
getting
them come and weigh
Xing
in. I mean, what
and
possible argument could there be?
Jane
They
Doe
were
in
caught
the
in the
next
act.
hatch.
You should seriously play Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth then. The music was literally made by the same composer for Danganronpa.
Yep.
Whoa, you just spiked my interest in playing that game. I was gifted it, so I might do that at some point. Although, Lane, you and Josh are already streaming it.
No, we're streaming Next Order. Digimon World Next Order.
That's still the sequel game.
I don't think it's part of the same series.
No, it's not.
Sir, caught in the act doesn't seem fair. It's similar to seeing only foam on a cup of barley latte and declaring it isn't coffee.
What?
I like to see one of these guys stream like Digimon Survive.
Calm down now, gentlemen. We're public security officers. What's going on here?
Officers, you're finally here. It's like this. I'm Gale. I'm a driver for Pegasus Logistics. I was making a delivery in the neighborhood. I'd finished the delivery and was calling the next client when I heard a suspicious thud from the back of my truck. Startled by the noise, I quickly rushed over, only to find all my ducks flying and running out of the cargo compartment. A flustered Bang Boo was caught at the scene of the crime. This is that very Bang Boo.
Hold on. Belle, isn't that Bang Boo give change from the 141 convenience store?
Officers, I saw the whole thing. There was no one around when it happened except this Bang Boo. I'm sure it opened my cargo compartment. Those ducks inside are a new specially bred variety. They're worth a fortune. Losing just one or two of them will cost me more than a month's salary.
I've taken your statement, sir. Bang Boo, do you have anything to add?
Hey, what do you mean the door was open?
That was a
I know
terrible
you
way.
opened the door and let all the ducks out!
Sir, if I might
Mario
say, I
gift
think
card, by
you're
the
being
way.
too harsh on gift change.
What'd you say, Noir?
Norris playing Mario Kart.
Oh.
Officers, as gift change's neighbor, I
That's
must say
right.
something on their behalf. I know them well, and I'm sure they wouldn't do anything like this.
Then tell me, why was my cargo compartment open despite being locked? Officers, there's been tons of Bangbu committed crimes in the city lately. You gotta help me find evidence linking this Bangbu to the crime, so we can hold it accountable for my losses.
This isn't just about gift change's reputation, officers. They could lose their job. You simply must uncover the truth and prove gift change's innocence.
The only time I've seen Tin Master this agitated is when I asked for instant coffee.
I don't know why that's so funny. The guy was probably just like, oh, you dare
How
ask
dare you
for that
insult-
when we have fresh ingredients right here?
Exactly.
I can't believe there's been a crime on 6th Street, and that Give Change has gotten mixed up in it.
Give Change was already working at 141 when we first moved here. I don't believe it'd do something like this. But Give Change was the only one there when the driver realized what had happened. So it's hard to explain. Oh, seems like people are leaving. Have Zhu Yuan and Qing Yi resolved everything? Let's go see what's going on.
Hi, Belle. Hi, Wise.
We overheard what happened. Since the crowd left, I assume the case has been resolved?
Not yet, unfortunately. We discussed the situation and managed to calm everyone down.
Coffee is love, coffee is life. I hate coffee.
I am not a coffee person. I like the smell. I like the
I
smell
don't
of
even
coffee.
like the smell.
I just don't like the taste. It is far too bitter, even with like cream and sugar stuff in it. I just can't deal with it.
I'd rather take tea over coffee any day.
I tried tea. It's like it's not for me either.
It depends on the flavor.
Maybe I should like I don't know, try some like other teas, but
So what's the
Kind of
situation
Ethan's
now?
are you two?
I dislike coffee. It tastes like shit.
God, who do you mix your coffee then?
I've just had regular coffee. I've never like made it myself. I've just had regular old coffee, like either from either instant make, people offering me coffee. But most of my experience when it comes to the taste of coffee comes from when I sampled it at like hotels and such.
my parents had a Keurig.
That is
so-
why, because every single person who makes coffee professionally has their own different way of making it taste good. It depends on how many scoops of coffee put into the thing. Like the thing is, like people who like to make their own coffee do not use instant coffee because that stuff is like pre-scooped, so it doesn't have the best flavor. It depends on how many like scoops of the coffee beans you put into the coffee machine.
Counter argument to that. Okay, let me try to phrase this correctly. I'm quite a fan of a number of foods, even if they aren't made like quote-unquote professionally or such. When it comes to just regular average foods, I don't need it to be like top of the line or professional or such. If it's just average, that's fine for me. But coffee is definitely not one of them. When it comes to like an average cup of coffee, it's just like, no. Then again, people also consider me crazy because I'm not the biggest fan of steak.
Wasn't that like more of an issue with your throat than anything?
It's not even that. It just takes forever to chew.
I think you're just having like too rare of a steak then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We took a
Again,
look around the
it
truck,
depends on how
and we
that is
didn't find
played,
anything
too. That's how
suspicious,
Yeah.
other than the traces left by the escaped ducks.
Like, I don't mind a chewy steak. That's why I like my medium or medium rare. But
I'm just
if you
much
need-
more
if
of
you need-
I'm much more of a chicken person.
I think maybe if you had like a decently like well done or even maybe medium well.
Well, the thing is, I actually like when my dad makes steak. Even though it still takes forever to chew, it actually tastes pretty good. Anytime I've had steak at like other restaurants or such, it's just like, it's decent, but I want to go back to my chicken now.
How do you order your steak at restaurants?
It's basically the same way my dad makes it. I think
so
it's
you
medium
don't-
rare.
Yeah, that's going to be very chewy at a restaurant. Very chewy, very bloody.
Yeah, sounds about right. Isn't there a type of coffee beans made from elephant dung? What?
I would not like to know that.
I'm not
But,
searching that up.
Yeah,
last time I
and they
tried-
have to go to Africa to get that, but
Last time I
surprisingly, it's
tried
very good.
Last time I tried a tea was like a fruit tea back when I worked at Wendy's.
Fruit tea can actually be pretty good.
Again, I love like when I worked at Wendy's and we like prepped the tea, the smell was just so damn good. I just couldn't deal with the flavoring.
There are no security cameras in the area, so all that's left to be checked is the Bangbu's visual record and the truck's anti-theft system. And to review both of those, professional technicians are needed. So we don't
There's
have
a
an
player
immediate
list,
conclusion.
like Lobby I'm in,
Were to help,
that
she'd
reminds
be
me
able
of
to
how
see if
Emmy
changes
raises.
visual recording right away. But I can't do anything in front of public security.
God, they are so ahead of everybody. Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about?
I
Wait,
think
are you
Emmy has
racing Emmy?
competition.
No, they're
No.
racing random people on the internet.
Ah.
Anyway,
But
that'll
there's
take at
a
least 2 or
player
3 days.
that I'm
The
racing against
driver and Give
that
Change
just came
will
in
have their
first.
daily
That
routine disrupted somewhat
they
during
lapped
this
us.
time. After we explained the situation, the driver said his main concern is the whereabouts of the cargo. As long as he can deliver the shipment on time today, he's willing to reconcile. So,
They
Tin
are
Master and
miles
some other
ahead.
residents
Oh
of
my
6th
God.
Street went to look for the ducks.
In that case, Belle, let's hurry up and go help too.
We'll accompany you as well.
Aren't you going back to the
I
precinct?
thought you were going back to the precinct.
The driver may have proposed a solution, but there's a likelihood of further conflict until all the ducks are recovered, so we can't just walk away. Junior officers would usually be responsible for these types of cases, but handing the task over would take time, and we don't want residents to think public security is evading our responsibility to the public.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be, parents are gonna be gone from Sunday to Thursday. Apparently they're going on a camping trip with the kids. So yeah, they'll have fun with that. I'm not a nature person, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll pass.
This Saturday, I just got a appointment to take care of.
I said this
Which-
from Sunday to Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something suspicious about this incident, so Chingy and I decided to look for other clues while searching for the ducks.
Thank you both.
Oh yeah, Noir. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Did you see that clip I sent you of that one content creator's gotcha game they're making?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they... I remember them saying it's supposed to compete with, like, well, Raid Shadow Legends. And I'm just like, yeah, no, this looks generic as hell. And it also makes me wonder, with how much they bitch and complain about gachas, what do they know about a gacha market? It's always a painful thing for me when I see people investing a lot of time and money into something that they absolutely do not understand.
Then let's get going.
Yeah.
We're pretty good at finding things.
I'll
right,
talk to you
Bill?
guys later.
All right.
All right.
Sleep well.
See you, Noir.
Yep.
The lights are on. Did you forget to turn them off after you drove the car last time?
Strange. I definitely turned them off. And it was dark when I came back. I'd have noticed if I left the lights on.
Huh? What's going on? I can't turn them off.
Is something wrong with the switch?
I don't know, but nothing happens when I press it. The battery's gonna die at this rate. I'd better manually disconnect them for now. Weird. And we had the car service not that long ago. How could it go wrong so soon?
Wait, Wise? Is it just me, or does what you just said sound familiar?
What's wrong, Qingyi? Something on your mind?
All the incidents we've encountered today are somehow related to vehicles.
Now that you mention it, you're right. The van in the convenience store wouldn't start. The car that just pulled out of the remodeling shop broke down. And now Wise and Bell's car lights won't turn off. If we count the missing ducks from Pegasus Logistics, that's already 4 vehicles involved.
If we count the car accident the other afternoon, that's 5.
That was my fault, actually. My cell phone was malfunctioning, and it distracted me.
Either way, just don't stare at your phone while walking anymore.
Damn.
Bell's cell phone malfunctioned before the car accident at Lumina Square? What kind of malfunction?
What kind of malfunction? Well, my cell phone suddenly lost signal, and a bunch of colorful stripes appeared on the screen, but it went back to normal soon after.
I knew it.
Remember, Qingyi? The driver said he was on the phone at the time of the car accident. If I'm right, something else must have been going on back then.
Right. That's probably why Give Change said it felt dizzy too.
Why the serious looks?
Wait a sec. Why do you two look so serious all of a sudden?
I think we finally figured out what's really behind all the recent incidents. For now, let's get the ducks back and see if we can confirm a few things along the way. Meet us near the truck later, and I'll explain everything.
Juyuan and Qingyi told us to wait for them here. Did they come by?
Oh, yeah. Here's all that happened. They just came and measured the Bang Boo's electrical current data logs, asked a weird question, then left in a hurry.
Could you tell us what they asked?
They asked me if my cell phone had malfunctioned in any way, since I'd been on the phone during the incident. My phone actually did turn itself off out of nowhere, but how did they know that?
What? Your cell phone malfunctioned too? Something just occurred to me, Belle. Everything that's happened these past few days, could it all be caused by EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse?
You're quite right, Wise.
Juyuan, Qingyi, you're back.
Have you ever heard of an EMP emitter, sir?
I can't say I have. What's that?
When activated, it causes a sudden change of current in nearby electronic equipment, resulting in component failures or, at worst, completely burning out the equipment. Using EMP, someone could open the electronic lock on your van without even touching it, easily. At the moment your door was opened, not only did your phone malfunction, but Give Change experienced a sudden surge of current, all indicative of an EMP attack.
So you mean this Bang Boo is a victim just like me? And someone else is at fault?
Yes, we believe that to be the case.
I shouldn't have been so hot-headed. What I said before... Give Change, I'm sorry I misjudged you. You have my sincerest apology.
Well, at least he's apologizing.
So, who is the culprit, officers? Have you caught them?
Don't worry. Our colleagues are checking the surveillance records. We should be able to identify the culprit real soon. They launched multiple EMP attacks today. So if we check all the passersby near the crime scenes, we can narrow down our search.
Officer Zhu Yuan, we've investigated the surveillance records and have a suspect. We're currently tracking him near the street exit. Should we detain him for questioning?
Immediately. Well done.
Understood. Officer, the suspect has fled. He's heading toward your location.
Uh-oh.
Qingyi, come on, we'll stop him.
Okay.
Whoa! Damn, she got reflex. You threw the cat! Oh shit, yeah, that even messed with her.
This is Zhu Yuan. The suspect has fled into the hollow. We're pursuing him inside.
Copy that.
I'd have thrown it harder if I'd known he was so tough.
How are things going?
The culprit ran into the hollow and we're going after him. You two can head back now.
Let's follow them and see what happens, Wise.
Zhu Yuan.
I can't believe he threw the cat! What a monster!
Yep. While I'm sure they can handle the situation.
Imagine if they threw Maki Lane.
I wouldn't mind teaching that guy a lesson myself.
You'll
throws
what?
I'm gonna kill him. No one throws Maki.
I bet Maki would slash at them the moment they touched him.
Oh yeah.
They'd be bleeding like crazy.
You remember that I got scratched up when Maki first came home.
You look angry, Wise.
You're pretty angry.
You almost got into an accident because of him. I won't let him get away with it.
Aww.
Besides, he's caused so much trouble on 6th Street. He needs to be held accountable for what he's done. So whenever you're ready, let's go. Just remember to keep your distance from the officers while we're in the hollow. They are on the job after all.
Good point. It is recommended to shoot at the target's legs to immobilize it.
False.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure I remember reading up about this, but not only will shooting at the legs give you a worse target, as it'll be constantly in motion, but a bad shot to the leg could easily be fatal.
Well, if you're trying to stop a suspect that's fleeing, if you're not using a stun gun and only have a regular gun on you, where else would you shoot? Because it's just like, can't shoot at the arm, that's too close to a possible shoot at the chest. So shooting at the legs would definitely be the best spot.
Yeah, go there.
Stop right there!
Ugh, they just won't give up. Eat this.
Ugh, it's an EMP.
Qingyi, are you... Hold on. Ethereals are coming our way.
Were they attracted by the EMP? Let's fend them off first.
Belle, let's take a closer look.
Money! Not a bad intro. Damn that cake.
Be careful. The ethereals are up ahead.
Don't worry, I have a full set of ammo with me today.
No wonder you were a top student. You're always prepared.
Is this what you meant when you said expect the unexpected?
Damn, she got some sick combos.
and you're doing it without doing like her hold down basic attack.
Yup. What is this music? Get good. She is fast as fuck.
That was satisfying.
Very satisfying.
In position.
Bang, 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 bang.
Finally rid of all those ethereals.
Oh, she definitely feels good to use, that's for sure.
I didn't expect the EMP emitter to affect ethereals so much. They just keep showing up. If we let him get away, he might continue causing trouble.
Yeah, and having one means he's likely connected to some sort of gang. We have to find him and get to the bottom of this. Let's check around for anything that could indicate where he's gone.
No need. He went right.
Huh? How'd you figure that out so fast?
Traces in the snow, marks in the sand. Observe the subtle to catch the culprit from afar. It's a skill passed down over generations. Want to learn how to do it?
Hold on, let me write that down. Slower this time. How did you figure it out?
Traces in the snow, marks in the sand.
Is there a less mysterious way to put it? You make it sound like just a feeling.
I guess it is based on a feeling. My right hand feels numb.
I didn't realize the EMP would affect you like that. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing serious. It's just... Can we rough him up a bit once we catch him?
Well,
I love Chingy's personality.
Yeah, I really like her.
That EMP emitter is such a pain in the neck. You and Eos need to be careful. The officers are still chasing the culprit. We should get going.
You'll never catch me! Ha! A single ethereal is no match for me. Why are there so many of them?
How about 100?
What a satisfying moment. That's what you call karma.
This isn't the time for reflection, Chingy. We have to help him.
Do we have to? I guess we have to in order to get a confession out of him.
Confession, interrogation, yeah. You're good, Don.
What?
You're good. Keep.
Okay.
Whoa! Don't come any closer!
I can hear the suspect. Let's go.
There's no rush. Let him scream a little longer.
I love her.
Now isn't the time to be vindictive.
No, it's perfectly the time to be vindictive. It's absolutely a time to be vindictive, wouldn't you say, Lane?
Alright. I say switch to Ju-Yuen and use her ult.
I know you're angry at him, but we still have to help him.
Oh, that's a cool Bang Boo. I've already seen her ult.
Oh, you have? Oh, yeah.
Trial.
Oh, right.
Besides, it was worth saving it here.
True.
In position. Time to clear out.
In position. Stay where you are. A flawless move.
Oh, did we save him? Gotcha, buddy.
Don't come any closer!
All right, calm down.
There's ethereals! Ethereals! Help!
Calm down, sir. All the ethereals around here have already been eliminated. You're safe now.
Safe is a subjective word. Wouldn't you say, Lane?
Safely in custody.
Really? The ethereals are... I'm safe? You're the PubSec officers from before!
What's wrong? Didn't expect us to chase you all the way here?
I love her!
No. I mean, I'm just surprised, is all. I mean, I've been causing problems for you all, and there were so many ethereals nearby, but you still took the risk of coming to rescue me.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy what she has to say.
What nonsense. Protecting citizens is our duty as officers. But as they say, what goes around comes around. If it weren't for your misuse of the EMP in town, you wouldn't have found ethereals nearby.
Damn. Wait, was that a poem?
According to new Eridu laws and regulations, my colleague and I are arresting you for illegal possession of a dangerous weapon and endangering the safety of others. What's your name?
Carlo Maroon.
Thank you for cooperating,
What a
Mr.
maroon.
You have
That's a good one,
Once
Lane.
we're out of the hollow, you can contact a lawyer or get assistance from the Attorneys Association. We should make our way back to the precinct, Qingyi. Why are you looking around?
I kept feeling like there was someone else here besides us. But the feeling suddenly vanished.
Like who? You think there are other ethereals nearby?
Not an ethereal. Something smaller and more agile.
Gosh darn, she's got a good sense of perception.
Could just be my imagination. I mean, I did suffer several EMP attacks today, so my senses could still be a bit overwhelmed. Let's go. After we drop off Maroon at the precinct, we should go back to 6th Street and tell everyone the good news.
That was a little close. Even if the guy doesn't deserve it, they want to support them. That's nice.
Yep.
Here are the questionnaires we filled out.
Really?
Well, it's aimed at enhancing resident safety awareness after all, so it wouldn't hurt to attend. We heard you were ordered to come here and prepare for the event by Bringer. We can't let outstanding officers like you fail your mission just because we're unhappy with him, can we?
Oh, you're too kind. Protecting the safety of the citizens is our duty, but your willingness to attend the lecture helps us a lot too.
Can I also have a questionnaire, officers? I want to attend the lecture too.
Great. In the end, things turned out well for everyone.
That's called good karma.
I guess that's what you call a win-win situation.
I freaking love her, Lane. She's so damn cute. Maybe we can grab a meal. Alright, let's head to Luminous Square for the lecture. must be over here.
Officers, it's good to see you again.
You too, managers.
Quite lively
Look at
here.
attendance. The place is really hopping.
Thanks to everyone on 6th Street. They not only signed up for the seminar, they also helped spread the word to other districts.
I heard you'll be on stage with the inspector to answer questions from citizens, Juyuan. Belle has been itching to ask you some.
Come on. Go easy on me.
You don't know, do you? Juyuan gets super nervous in situations like this. She drank 3 pots of tea just to avoid nervously coughing up there.
That's kind of cute.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to report. We've analyzed and located the exact coordinates of the places Maroon previously identified inside the hollow. Please take a look at this.
Thanks.
I was also just informed that Inspector Bringer is on his way, and the media is waiting to get some pictures.
Looks like we should go meet him. We'll investigate these locations in a couple of days. Huh? Wait, there's something funny about these coordinates.
Something
funny?
funny?
What are you seeing?
What's wrong?
Is something wrong?
Sorry, you two, but something is weird about this report. I need to talk to Juyuan for a moment, if you'll excuse us. You can go on in.
Maroon. He's the guy who was using the EMP emitter, right?
Yep, that's the guy's
I've
name.
got a bad feeling about this. Let's try to get close enough to hear what they're saying.
Those coordinates are the spots Maroon's gang scouted some time ago, right? What do you think is off about them?
You remember the monster they found in that square a while back?
Of course, the remains are scheduled to be recovered this afternoon. But wait, what about it? You think these 2 cases are connected?
Perhaps. I just realized every location Maroon pointed out lies on the route the evidence carrier is taking.
What?
Really now?
The EMP emitter Maroon used had been modified to bypass vehicle security systems. When used correctly, it can unlock car doors without damaging the electronics. Maroon said his crew procured specialized containers for preserving etheric material. We assumed they were targeting vehicles transporting valuable ether resources for large companies. But here's the thing. Public Security's evidence carrier is the same kind of vehicle.
Meaning, the evidence carrier could be in danger. Where is it now?
Let me see. Right here. There's a slight delay in the surveillance signal, but the carrier seems headed towards its destination right now. But according to the record, it stopped for about 10 minutes somewhere in the hollow, just 15 minutes ago.
Really?
10 minutes might not seem like much, but if someone's lying in wait with an EMP emitter, it'd be enough for them to snatch the evidence.
Yeah, it would be.
We need to report this right now. I'll call it in.
Wait a second. The carrier might have paused in the hollow due to changes in hollow structure or some other reason. We don't have solid proof yet of an attack on the carrier. Even if we report our suspicions, they won't immediately send someone. They'd follow protocol and do a remote analysis first.
You're right. And if they do that, it could already be too late.
Not only that, I'm worried about something else. The evidence recovery schedule was only decided recently, and the route inside the hollow is top secret. But according to Maroon, his gang had been scouting those locations for a while now.
So they should know quite a bit about it.
Meaning, there might be a mole in public security.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Exactly. If we report our suspicions now, we might tip them off. I'd rather head into the hollow myself.
That's a huge risk. You know that's against policy. They could take action against us.
It's urgent. We don't have time to argue. We spent a long time preparing for today's seminar. With the media gathered like this, it's a rare opportunity for you to showcase your knowledge in front of the inspector. You should stay here. We're partners. You can trust me to bring back the evidence safe and sound. You have my word.
Inspector Bringer's car has arrived.
Uh-oh.
The inspector is already here. We don't have time to hesitate. I need to get going. I'll leave the seminar to you.
Worshipping an undeserving deity is sycophancy. Failure to act when action is needed shows a lack of courage.
Ooh.
You said it yourself. An officer needs to be sure they're doing the right thing. I became an officer because of Inspector Bringer, but not for praise or his approval. I want to do for others what he did for me back then. I want to be someone who protects people.
So
Well said.
You're going to...
I'm going with you. That monster in the hollow is anything but ordinary. We have to protect the evidence. And besides, if the inspector really is the same as he was back then, I'm sure he'll support our choice.
We can't just sit back and do nothing while the remains are in danger.
Just like last time, we should try and help them any way we can.
Judging by our predictions, they probably have the evidence by now. Any ideas on how we're gonna get it back?
Here's what I'm thinking. To avoid raising suspicion, the suspects probably didn't damage the carrier's electronic systems.
That might be possible.
If that is indeed the case, we can check its driving record to pinpoint where exactly it stopped within the hollow. They're bound to have left some traces behind. The remains are bulky, so they can't move very quickly. Therefore, we can figure out where they went.
Makes sense. Let's find the evidence carrier and see if our suspicions are right. I picked up the carrier's signal. Let's go.
Meanwhile, in the workshop,
Zhu Yuan and Qingyi are heading out to locate the evidence carrier.
do you know where the carrier is, Fairy?
Do you know where the carrier is?
Affirmative. Attempting to locate the evidence carrier.
We need to help them reach the evidence carrier quickly. I'm counting on you to find a route.
The evidence carrier signal is coming from over there.
Ugh, the mobile device here seems unusable.
Let me try adjusting the direction. Ugh, it's too heavy.
Belle, something is blocking their way.
Master, the firing direction of the ejector nearby can be adjusted.
All right, let's help them find a shortcut to save time. These switches can be used repeatedly. Think carefully about the direction.
Huh? Did the device just move by itself?
And one more.
The device works now.
Let's move. Something doesn't feel right.
Let's follow them.
Boing!
Master, high ether activity has been detected along the
You don't
path
have
to
any
the
of my
evidence
pork.
carrier's location.
What'd you say?
Maki's trying to get on my lab to get my pork.
Go have a look, which means violence.
In position.
I love how fast she is. Ow.
Yeah. Her movements are just so snappy.
The evidence carrier is nearby.
Qingyi, we should head over there now.
In position.
Yes, finally! The carrier! Let's check on its condition.
It looks fine on the outside. No signs of damage or being tampered with. Let's check inside.
I'm doing this to protect the evidence, but messing with the carrier without permission will definitely require writing up a report. And probably a pay cut, too.
Ah, damn.
Well, let's forget all that for now. Qingyi, help me unlock it. Huh? The evidence crate is still here. And the seal is untouched.
Comparing the seal with the one in the photo, the angle is off by approximately 3 degrees, and the etheric matter feels totally different from what I sensed at the square.
Well, that's an advantage of being an android.
So, they really did get a hold of the evidence. They were gonna trick Hand by not leaving any trace. They went through all this trouble to make it seem like it was still there.
That monster must be hiding some serious secrets. Choyuan, watch out!
Oh boy.
They got cover. Idiots. They're from the Criminal Investigation Department. They aren't gonna go down easy. We've been here for hours. You couldn't keep your cool for a little longer? Hey, relax. Our intel says it's just the two of them. They might have survived our ambush. But we can take them. Hurry up and deal with them. Officers go missing in the hollows every
You wanna bet money on that?
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to bet money on that?
Hold on. Do you know the consequences of assaulting officers?
Save your breath.
You
We're
die.
dealing with a group of desperados. They never planned on leaving us alive.
Wait.
I am making these guys look like chumps. I didn't even need to dodge. Her automatic attack just kept doing it for me.
Standing by. Perfect teamwork, everyone.
Yes, master.
One fell swoop.
An opening.
She has no right to have this kind of cool combat.
She has no right to
These guys are
what?
tougher than I expected.
She has no right to have combat that cool.
And it sounds like they knew we were coming and set up an ambush near the carrier.
What the heck is going... How could they have known we were going after the evidence?
Hey, you got rid of those two officers? There they are.
Oh, you're dumb.
They're coming after us. Run!
Meanwhile, in the workshop.
Warning. Multiple hostiles approaching the officer's location at high speed. The officers should change direction immediately to avoid direct confrontation with multiple armed individuals.
You hear that? There are multiple enemies in their current path heading toward them.
Is there a way to divert them?
Barry, is there a way to divert the approaching enemies?
Master, I regret to inform you there are no electronic devices or controllable machines in the area.
It's too late. Look at the map. They're trapped. It's a dead end.
Oh boy.
Watch out, Qingyi! There's an ambush here, too!
Get them!
Coming through.
They're closing in on us!
Oh boy.
Be careful.
I've detected several unstable spatial fissures near the officer's location. Such spatial rifts are challenging to label in standard carrot data, but if utilized, they could help the target evacuate from their current location.
At this point, it's better than nothing.
Barry may be able to locate the spatial rifts, but how do we tell Zhu and Qingyi where to go?
I can safely tap into the officer's intercom within the hollow, second assistant.
But if we connect to their intercom, won't we be exposed?
It would only expose the existence of a proxy.
If it doesn't expose our identity, I think it's worth the risk to save lives.
Question. Is the current objective to assist the two officers in leaving the current area, or rescue the two officers who are trapped?
Aren't those the same thing?
Negative. Remote communication has an 87.1% chance of successfully guiding the officers out of their current area. But due to the significant disparity in forces and the limitations of long-range communication, I cannot swiftly assess the target's surrounding environment. The risk of failure will rapidly mount.
So you're saying, to keep them safe, Bell has to personally guide them as a proxy?
Affirmative. However, appearing in front of public security may bring major risks.
This is so irritating. If they weren't public security officers, we wouldn't even hesitate.
Failure to act when action is needed. Blah!
You remember what Xingyi said. Failure to act when action is needed shows a lack of courage. Juyuan and Xingyi are good people. Despite the risks, I'd regret it for the rest of my life if I chose to stand idly by now.
That's not an easy decision. Belle's a good girl.
Yeah.
And, on the bright side, if we work together, we might be able to recover the stolen remains.
Affirmative. Master's assumption is reasonable.
Well then, let's go save them.
This isn't good. They've totally surrounded us. Unless we can somehow distract them, we're stuck here. If we can't think of a way out, I'll go distract them so you have a chance to get away.
No!
What? What are you talking about?
It was me who insisted we investigate inside the hollow. You wouldn't even be in danger right now if it weren't for me. Besides, I'm not human. I'll be fine even if my body gets destroyed. But you don't have that luxury.
No!
Hold up. I'm your captain, right? If someone has to take responsibility for this mess, it should be me. Besides, your physical abilities are much better than mine. If one of us has to make a run for it, you'd have a much better chance at surviving.
Now's not the time to argue.
Exactly. Now's not the time to argue.
Who's there?
Wait, it's coming from the intercom. Someone hacked into our encrypted frequency. But how?
Instead of arguing about who should be the bait, how about I offer a solution that works for you both?
Who are you? Why should we trust you?
I can't convince you to trust me. I'm a proxy. Not exactly someone who should normally be talking with you.
And yet we're still trying to save you.
But, while I may be a proxy, I have a conscience. I can't turn a blind eye while you're in danger.
A proxy?
All right. So, what's the plan?
I'll create an opportunity for you.
Oh, cutscene.
Now, follow my instructions.
Whoa.
What about the enemy?
Leave that to me.
That guy is fucking dead.
Jump into the fissure.
The fissure?
They're chasing us. There's another fissure straight ahead.
They're closing in. They'll catch us at this rate.
I have a plan. It might be risky, but I'm sure you can do it.
Alright, what's the plan? Wow.
Don't go into that toilet, you'll go into another dimension.
Well, good thing they've got much better skill. Oh no. Yuri dive bomb! No fucking way!
You called it. How was that?
I don't know what to say. Good thing there was a spatial fissure there.
Hero, now that you've saved us, do you plan on making an appearance?
All right. We can finally talk.
That was nuts.
You're Bang Boo from Bellabog. Wait, no. There's no way an ordinary Bang Boo would be as capable as you, let alone hack into our intercom. So, who are you exactly?
Hey, thanks for clipping that, Rachel.
Qingyi, have you heard the rumors about a legendary proxy who doesn't enter the hollows themselves, but manages real-time communication from the outside?
Phaethon.
So they know us. Ah, we got a bot lane.
Let me get it.
That's me. I'm Phaethon.
So you were already watching us when we received the report from Belobog.
Yeah, I was helping Belobog Industries retrieve something lost, but I ended up running into that monster deep in the hollow. As you've already guessed, I think there's something unusual about that monster too. There's some kind of conspiracy behind it, and it's connected to what I've been chasing.
In other words, you're helping us so Hand gets the evidence and can uncover the truth about the monster.
What exactly is Hand?
I believe Hand is the group that you met at the outpost.
At the
Sokaku's,
outpost?
Sokaku's faction?
Sokaku's faction.
Let me check. Yeah, or... No, they're related to Sokaku. It's not their faction, but...
Exactly. And it's still not too late to get the evidence back.
According to page 173 of the Public Security Officer's Manual, in urgent situations, officers have the right to recruit assistants without verifying their identities.
So you're suggesting...
We share a common goal.
We share a common goal. Let's work together and get that evidence back.
Deal. Now's not the time for more questions. We accept your assistance, Phaethon. But as you've seen, the enemy is well prepared and has the advantage in numbers.
Don't worry, leave it to me. Since we lack the manpower, we'll use the hollow against them. That's my specialty.
Bullseye.
Mind your manners.
Gosh, there's so much chaos going on here. It's like we found the evidence, great.
They're carrying an etheric matter container. Do you think this is really the stolen evidence?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Even with it sealed, its aura gives me the creeps.
Yes! Fantastic! We finally got the evidence back.
The assailants that blocked our path earlier likely haven't figured out we've outmaneuvered them and retaken the evidence. At this point, all we need to do is get out of the hollow and we're safe.
There's an exit nearby. I'll take you there.
The exit is just up ahead.
I guess this is where we part ways.
If you two aren't in a hurry to arrest me today, I'll be on my way.
Don't worry, I don't want to burn any bridges. It's bad karma. Besides, I've always thought indiscriminately arresting proxies isn't very fair. Circumstances aren't always the same for everyone.
I love her!
Qingyi, we're officers. Should you really be saying that? Anyway, thanks for your help, Phaethon.
I should be thanking you too, for uncovering the threat to the evidence vehicle and fearlessly going into the hollow to protect it. Goodbye, officers. Hopefully our next meeting won't be quite so tense.
Why did you have to say that?
She just jinxed it, didn't she?
Now that Phaethon's gone, let's hurry up and get this evidence out of here.
Alright, let's go. Wait a minute. Phaethon thanked us for uncovering the thread and fearlessly going into the hollow to protect it. Doesn't that sound suspicious to you?
Suspicious? Oh, right. Logically speaking, while monitoring the evidence carrier, Phaethon would have realized the evidence had been switched and upon seeing us assumed we were there to investigate. But it sounded like Phaethon knew what happened outside the hollow too.
How unexpected. It seems Phaethon attended the seminar today.
Oh dear. But hey, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished, and everything's pieced together.
Now we just gotta hope the cops don't get on our ass.
There you are. Are you free today? Want to come with me to the public security precinct at Lumina Square?
Again?
Huh? Public security again?
Well, I heard Zhu Yuan and Qingyi will be heading back to their own branch today. It's probably best not to run into them inside the hollows. But outside the hollows, it might be quite a while before we see them again.
Should we get them a membership card?
Shouldn't we at least get them a membership card for the store?
Come on. You can't be seriously thinking about it. I was thinking, how about we give them a gift too? Like a collector's edition of that popular PubSec movie, Mission Unthinkable.
Bruh! Mission Impossible.
Mission Unthinkable.
Unthinkable.
Ooh, that's the one where the main character goes against his superior and chooses to protect the citizens, right? Good choice.
They're going to be leaving soon. Let's get going.
Well, let's hope that things don't end up awkward.
Oh, we've got everything packed. Let's get it in the car.
We almost missed you.
Hey there, managers. What brings you here?
We just wanted
We
to
heard
say
you're heading
goodbye.
back to your own branch, so we wanted to say goodbye.
We haven't known each other for long, but we've had quite a memorable time together.
But Jiuen, it was supposed to be you going on stage for the interview during the seminar. Why did that older gentleman in the glasses end up going on instead? I was looking forward to asking you questions.
I'm sorry, but we got assigned to a tricky case that day. I can't disclose the details, but it went well. Largely due to the clues you provided about the 6th Street EMP case.
You don't say. That's awesome.
Great! We got a gift for you, by the way.
I got you a gift. It's a movie about a public security officer.
We appreciate it, but it's against regulations for officers to accept gifts from citizens.
Is that normal, Lane?
I mean, it might be.
Can police not accept gifts?
I mean, you never know what might be, like, not necessarily a gift.
Ah, true.
However, could I buy the video as a customer of Random Play?
Loopholes.
We'd be delighted.
Gotta love them.
Well, they're getting ready to leave. Why don't we take a look around? Maybe find somewhere to finally enjoy that meal we had talked about?
I never expected our time at the Lumina branch to be so eventful.
Things turned out okay. The seminar settled, case cracked, evidence secure. It's just a shame. The reports we have to write are gonna be lame.
Is that supposed to be a poem?
That didn't sound like a poem.
Excuse me, someone's calling me. Hey, you've got time to chat during the day? Well, this is a rarity.
Hello. I'm looking over our graduation album.
What happened to her face?
What?
She did not look like that in the animation. She looks...
I mean, you saw her face before.
I know,
like,
but it looks...
in the same thing.
It looks off compared to the animation where she first appeared.
You're flipping through our graduation album? Now? This isn't another one of your weird exercises, is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember all of the names of our old classmates by looking at these photos.
Aw, that's cute.
By the way, do you still remember the graduation message you wrote for me? May you become the pursuant of true justice, the sharp blade of the law slicing through the wickedness of the night sky.
Oh, all right. Yet there's no need to shout. Someone might hear you.
She's like, don't embarrass me, please.
My apologies. It's just... this message really means a lot to me. How does the true justice mentioned in your message differ from regular justice? Is it comparable to the difference between an actual melon and a melon-flavored lollipop?
That... Wow.
Many people say they taste pretty much the same. But even though the melons I buy are hardly ever sweet, I still prefer the taste of real melons. Just like your pursuit of true justice.
Melon.
A real melon will always be a real
Well, she's got melons on her.
That can never be imitated.
Are those words of encouragement? Well,
Like grapefruits?
thanks.
Say what?
More like grapefruits.
Calling them even bigger?
What?
Never mind.
Wait, how does a member of Hand like you know that I've been reprimanded by the precinct?
Because the case of the unidentified monster discovered by Balabog Industries has been transferred to Section 6. My intelligence officer pointed out that we might need you to come in and provide some more detailed intel.
So, that thing's in your custody? Are you telling me there's something wrong with the evidence?
That's the reason why I'm calling you. We found pieces of what resembles a mask within the monster's remains, and we managed to extract human DNA from it.
Oh.
Does this mean you figured out the origin of the monster?
Unfortunately, no. Apart from determining the deceased as a male from the DNA, we compared it with DNA records of missing persons and criminals throughout the city, but found no matches.
Hopefully it's not the father's DNA.
He may have been someone from outside the city with no known identity. But what do you think?
Since Maroon risked going into the Hollow to get it, there must be some secret on the deceased's body. I wouldn't think he's a nobody.
I agree. But as of now, we're still missing the key to this puzzle.
Thanks for the intel, Miyabi. Let's catch up in a few days.
See you.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Judging from the conversation, I'm guessing there's some progress with the evidence over at Hand?
Seems so. They've made an important discovery, but that's only created more questions. Jump in, Qingyi. Let's talk more on the way.
All right, let's go.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Perlman.
Attorneys, always running so slowly.
Isn't he arrested?
You're the ones who suggested we meet. Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting? Huh? Wait, it's you!
Are you about to be assassinated?
Sarah! You've got some nerve to show your face after the trouble you caused!
Okay, this isn't the girl that talked down on
Oh no, this is the girl that like pointed a gun at Nekomata.
Oh, okay. She looked a little different, so I wasn't sure.
Oh no, that's why you got the little like thing there, the image of her before.
Oh.
Come now, Mr. Perlman. It was your idea to deal with the residents in the blast zone. Not to mention the fact that your technical advisor and personal secretary, Sarah, never existed in the first place.
Those eyes are scary.
Well, there's no need to grit your teeth. I'm actually here to discuss business with you. Please confess to all your crimes in court, and we'll make sure you get the best treatment in prison.
You and that bastard behind you are the ones who convinced me to carry out the blast in the first place. And now you want me to take all the blame. That's quite the scheme. I hear recently, Belabog Industries stumbled upon a monster in that plaza inside the Hollow, and the evidence collected from the creature's remains was almost stolen. Honestly, I've been wondering. The plaza isn't along the subway route, yet your plan included research of it and explosives for it.
Really
the
now?
real goal is to retrieve the evidence, isn't it? I wonder what would happen if I brought this up in court.
I'm sure the judge wouldn't entertain such baseless fantasies, Mr. Perlman.
Baseless fantasies, you say? Huh. Let's get real then. What if I told you I have proof of your involvement in the Vision case, along with that of the person behind you?
Person behind him?
Definitive proof.
Hey, you heard what Perlman just said, right? I can't stand clingy men, but I must say that's quite the ace up his sleeve.
Sounds like you're enjoying this situation.
Ooh.
How could that be? I'm genuinely concerned about our partnership. So what's your plan now? Will you agree to his terms?
I'll handle it.
Ominous! Very ominous.
Data received.